All right, we have the stimulability approach. For the treatment approach, the goals are to increase stimulability of non-stimulable sounds, expand the child's phonetic inventory, prepare the child for later phonological or articulation approaches, and to encourage early success and motivation through engaging activities. For the teaching moment, it occurs during play when the clinician models target sounds. Each sound is paired with a hand or body motion and an alliterative character, such as silly snake for S. The child is encouraged but not required to imitate sounds. The clinician provides corrective models and positive feedback, even for incorrect attempts. And the focus is on communication and participation rather than perfect production. The context behind it, it is used with young children who have small phonetic inventories. It's conducted in a fun, play-based environment. Activities include Go Fish, guessing games, and board games. It also encourages joint attention, vocal practice, and engagement. And then it's adaptable for different languages and contexts. For the procedural issues, the first one is the simulability probe, and this is 5 minutes long. They test 1/3 of consonants and vowel context. And then the second one is review character cards, which is also 5 minutes. So you go over sounds, motions, and names. Then the third one is play-based activities, which is 30 minutes long. And you use 2 to 3 games to model and elicit target sounds. And the last one is a generalization probe, and it's 5 to 8 minutes. And you assess transfer of sounds to real words.
So, who is this approach good for? Why should you use this approach? The primary populations for the stimulability approach was designed for very young children, ages 2 to 4 years, who have a very small phonetic inventory and are not stimulable for production of many sounds. The goal here is to increase stimulability across sounds to expand phonetic inventory. The secondary population is suitable for slightly older children, ages 5 years to 1 month, with persistent speech sound disorders who exhibit speech behavior that were consistent with childhood apraxia of speech. The goal is to expand phonetic inventories and consistency of production. Theoretical rationale. According to Munson, Edwards, and Beckman 2005, phonological acquisition is a complex and multidimensional process involving several levels of representation. Theories further suggest that stimulability reflects the integration, production, linguistic, and perceptual processes, representing a cognitive motor skill that depends on intact sensory, linguistic, and motor abilities. So, this approach is essentially useful for children to facilitate phonological growth. By increasing stimulability, the child has a chance to expand phonetic inventory. It also builds on the child's ability to learn new sounds. The approach targets imitation skills and phonetic flexibility, helping the child learn how to move their articulators in new ways. It also serves to increase motivation. The focus on sounds the child can already approximate can boost the child's engagement and success. A couple of online resources for the stimulability approach include The Adventures in Speech Pathology. This site is clinician friendly and includes how to use the stimulability approach with children while keeping therapy fun and engaging. The site also provides downloadable materials and picture cards. Another site we found was the leaderproject.org. And this site, it provides a step-by-step analysis of how to identify which sounds are stimulable. The site provides a downloadable assessment for speech, sounds, and stimulability.
An evidence-based practice is by Michio and Williams, where the stimulability approach is designed for young children who have small phonetic inventories and struggle to imitate many sounds. Michio and Williams describe how therapy sessions use fun, play-based activities where each sound is paired with a hand or body motion and a repetitious character like silly snake for S. The focus isn't on perfect pronunciation, but it's about helping children become stimulable and successful communicators. The authors also summarize earlier research showing that working on non-stimulable sounds helps children add new sounds to their inventory and even improve sounds that weren't directly targeted. This reading provides the foundation for how to use the stimulability approach effectively to build early speech sound skills in a motivating, engaging way. McAllister, Hitchcock, and Preston also have a study at how a child's ability to imitate a sound before therapy predicts progress in treatment. Children who could already produce the voiced alveolar R sounds improved with both traditional and biofeedback therapy, while those who couldn't imitate the sound only made progress after using ultrasound biofeedback. The results show that stimulability is an important predictor of how well a child will respond to therapy. Clinically, it supports the idea of focusing on non-stimulable sounds early in treatment to help children build the skills they need for later success with more traditional approaches. The meta-analysis examined by Magu, Overath, and Mejia target complex or difficult sounds how it affects overall speech development. The findings showed that when therapy focuses on more complex sounds first, children tend to improve not only on those sounds, but also on simpler ones that weren't directly practiced. This supports the core idea behind the stimulability approach. Working on harder, non-stimulable sounds can lead to broader progress across the sound system. It provides evidence that a complexity-based stimulability first approach can make therapy more efficient and promote generalization. The next two slides are an example video of the stimulability approach and a family-friendly flyer. Today I'm going to do the stimulability approach with Heidi, and we're going to start with the elicitation probe. Heidi, you repeat the sounds after me. Fee, E, iffy, I, if, E, D, T, iddy, I, id, E, key, T, icky, ippy, ick, ip, gee, E, iggy, E, ig, g. Now we'll move on to phase 2 with character cards, which have non-stimulable sounds with associated motions. Are you ready? Coughing cow. Toffing town. Good. Dirty dog. Birdie park. Good job. Goofy goat. Birdie goat. And let's do one more. She's a fussy fish. Fusty fish. Good job.